Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Bloodborne. Today, like I said, we're gonna do some really quick stuff and then we've basically finished the introduction for almost everything in the game last time with that fighter's boss fight that we were able to do. So here is our weapon upgrading system, super easy. You can repair or fortify. Every time you go to a lamppost though, it does re-repair your weapon, so very similar to Dark Souls 3 that way. And you can see we can upgrade our saw cleaver. It takes 3 bloodstone shards. We have 4. So do we want to do that? I'm just thinking if there's any other weapon I'm probably going to get soon. And to tell you what, I'm pretty fine with this for right now. So we're going to upgrade that, get a little bit more power. And last thing that we can do is we can also go over here. And now that we have insight, we can buy some stuff from the insight shop. Anything that I really want to buy? Don't think so. Not at the moment. So, with that being said, let's wander over to our first, or I guess our next real area of the game. We're going to start back at Central Yharnam. Alright, and we are back. So let's see if Gilbert has anything new to say since we beat the first beast.
I see. But the Great Bridge is the only way to the Cathedral Ward. And during the hunt, the bridge is closed. You could try the aqueduct. There's a rather, how shall I put it, colourful area south of the Great Bridge. From there, an aqueduct leads to the Cathedral Ward. Not a place you'd normally want to visit, but I don't imagine you have much of a choice, do you? An aqueduct leads from the town south of the main bridge to the Cathedral Ward. Not a place you'd normally choose, not much of a choice.
Alright, so, and look again, for the second time in a row, Gilbert is actually giving us a way to go, so that's exciting. When do they tell you where to go in Souls games? Gilbert's just such a nice little guy. So kind and wise beyond his years. We're gonna go down this path now, and we get to fight 2 more of the gargantuan guys, which shouldn't be too... Oh, I think both of them saw us. That's unfortunate. You don't want these guys to pair up. They're not bad individually. Ah, crap. If we were smart, we could have thrown a pebble there. But we're not, so oh well. Now they're just gonna gang up, so hopefully one of them goes away. There you go. Oh no. So close. It's one thing if you're doing parries from a distance. It can be rather difficult sometimes to get close enough to be able to perform that visceral on them. Hiya, there you go. But they are a pretty good, reliable source of giving you blood vials. They drop that majority of the time. Sometimes they will drop shining coins as well. Oh, that was a bad miss. Yikes, you don't want to miss to these guys too often because they get angry and they hit you with their brick. They just got a giant brick to wail on you with. Good times, good times. Alright, so that door that was locked, or couldn't be opened from that other side, we can now open from this side, so we don't have to deal with these guys all of the time now. We'll get there in a sec. Get some cold blood due, though. Why not, right? And yeah, if we go all the way this way, that is where that door is. So now we can just have a clear run path through. I'm gonna kill these guys just because I want the blood bullets from him. I think he will consistently always drop 3, or 4, I mean. So definitely a good way of getting blood bullets early in the game if you need them for anything. And we're gonna wander over here now. So this is a whole different area. We haven't actually been here before. It's kind of fun. Just look at all the coffins you see just everywhere, and they're like chained and locked up. There's some probable reasons for that. Nothing explicitly said, but we'll get to it as we see it. Got some dogs in cages, of course we do. Oh. Yeah, one of them popped out of the cage. Oh, Miyazaki, why do you hate dogs so much that you just want to make us kill them all of the time? What did they ever do to you? Guarantee you, like, in his childhood, he was, like, bit by a dog or something else. That's why he wants you to kill them all the time. There we go. Get some more Cold Blood Dew. So you notice that the number next to the Cold Blood Dew, that just basically means it's level, so Cold Blood Dew 2 would give you more soul or more blood echoes than Cold Blood Dew 1. And look at this dog, it's just having a great time, doesn't even care that you're there. Just because. Hey. Be gone from that old woman.
Well, do you know of any safe places? I've heard I have. Shutting up indoors isn't always enough. Well, if you once had got off your arse, you wouldn't be in this mess. You're obligated to help me, you hear? So what'll it be? Are you going to tell me you're not? Yeah, I should have known.
And no, you're not.
You're good for nothing. No respect for the elderly is what that is. That little good you outsiders do. Go on, admit it. You think we're all mad, don't you? Well, go and stop it. I know all your tricks.
Yeah, so as you can see, another friendly Yharnam citizen, par for the course. So you can see that there was an option for us. The only thing we could say was no, but in this game you actually do find safe places for people, and when you find them, then you can go back and tell them to go to a safe place. You know, so kind little people could have a nice, happy life, like that elderly, sweet elderly lady there. There we go. Why does everyone just hate you? Like, come on, if I was a mass murderous beast, I would be friendly, I think. Oh, this guy actually is a really good way of showing one other thing that's a little bit different than Dark Souls, is the way you do backstabs in this game. This one you have to actually charge it up, and with your R2, and then you can do your backstab animation. If it's not fully charged, it doesn't get it to you. So it's a lot harder to do backstabs in this game, especially if you're doing it PvP. It's next to impossible. Unless you really have someone that's either setting up really well or they really don't know what they're doing. Which is kind of nice. It means that you're not relying on backstabs as much as you are in Dark Souls. You really do have to kind of... Again, everything is about getting those visceral kills in this game. And that kind of exemplifies it as well. You can sneak up behind them once, but at the end of the day, you're going to still have to get up close and personal to be able to kill them. You can't just kind of sneak around them and hope for the backstab every time. We're going to go through this area here just to clear it out, and you'll see why soon. But this is going to make our life infinitely easier. Kill one. Can I get the second one? There's going to be a beast running behind me. Yeah, there he is. See, look at you. Right on cue. Oh, oh. There we go. Quicksilver bullets. Blood bullets. You'll find that I'll do a lot of R1 bashing with this weapon. It's just such a great weapon. Like, look how fast that is. It just does so much damage so quickly. Especially against beasts. It gets, I think it's a 10% or 20% bonus against beasts, which is pretty awesome for this area as well. Quicksilver bullets. Yay! On the original version of this game, they had it that you can never have more than 99 of these things, and that's in, like, in your actual storage box. So what would happen is, say you didn't use Quicksilver bullets for parrying all the time, you would easily amass 99 of them over the course of just picking stuff up from enemies. And every time you tried to pick one up after that 99, it had a wonderful little message box that said, maximum inventory exceeded, cannot pick up Quicksilver bullet. But it stopped you from doing anything else while you're doing it. It was kind of like a stop screen. So you would just have all of these items always glowing that you just saw in the distance and you thought it was like a new item, but really it was just when you couldn't pick up a Quicksilver bullet. So by the end of it, you would usually just end up like firing like 20 times on your gun just so that you wouldn't have these stupid messages pop up every time. They fix it now. Now I think your max like 600 or like 999 or something. So you don't see it all too often. Ooh, is that... Yeah, this one's dead, right? Ah. Okay. But the whole point of that area is we're going to be dropping down here in a couple seconds. And it's a lot easier to climb up this ladder when you don't have two guys with guns shooting at you the entire time and spear guys charging at you. But like I was saying, a lot of these areas are really, really layered well. This is probably the highest layering you're going to see in a Souls-like game. So this is a really good kind of example of it, where you've got that main floor. You also have this second floor up here, and like I said, it is a theme. They love putting junk in front of secret paths. And this is path number 1. Put out the torch so you can kind of see what's going on. And it's just a nice little path, gives you a couple good items. But the main reason we're doing this is to show you guys a weapon that you can get. There we go. And we're also going to do one other thing while we're here. Ugh, that would just suck. Alright, got all the items there. And if you go through here, you get another little secret area. A lot of people miss this one, because this is actually your first time you can see an NPC in the flesh.
Oh. A hunter, are you? And an outsider? What a mess you've been caught up in. And tonight of all nights. Here, to welcome the new hunter.
Bold Hunter's marks. Those work the same as Homeward
Prepare
Bones.
yourself for the worst. There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts now.
Well, that's unfortunate. Darn it. Hate when that happens. I go to bed, inject some blood in me, and then, crap's just hit the
Still lingering
fan.
about. What's wrong? A hunter unnerved by a few beasts. No matter. Without fear in our hearts, we're little different from the beasts themselves.
And we get a gesture shake-off cape. When we get a better cape, we'll show it off.
What are you still doing here? Enough trembling in your boots. A hunter must hunt.
And there we go. So our first NPC that we can actually see is Elaine the Crow. She's a pretty cool girl. We'll hopefully see some more of her as we continue along. But the nice thing is this is actually a really good area because it teaches you something that would probably scare you. There's no other way of actually dropping down here, so you have to drop from this height, which looks like a killing height in Dark Souls. However, it barely damages you in this one, which is pretty awesome. And I forget if it's this one or the other one that gets you the weapon. I'm pretty sure it's this one that gives you the weapon. Let's see. Saw Spear, there we go. So if you kind of like this weapon, but want something a little bit more dex-based, you can do it. I'm not a big fan of spears, even though this is a dex weapon, so it would be a little bit better for us, but we can show it off really quick. So it has the exact same attacks as before. The difference is now we have a spear-ish type thing. It's got an actual thrusting attack now, which is pretty nice. But otherwise, very, very similar to the Saw Cleaver. I prefer the Saw Cleaver myself, but a lot of people really like the Saw Spear. So hey, if you do, that is for you. And I'm just going to cut back to get to the other side. We're just doing the same climb we always do. Alright, and we are back. So we got a couple more rats to kill on this side. Rats are actually a lot easier than they used to be in the original Dark Souls. which is pretty exciting. And you can notice, if you can see them, they've got, their eyes are huge, but they've also got these like little growths on them as well. Something isn't going all too good in the land of the rats. And some more bloodstone shards, perfect. So if we did want to use the saw spear, we do have enough to upgrade it to level 1. We're not gonna, but... And Madman's Knowledge. So let's read those items, because there's actually some really cool lore on some of this. So Bold Hunter's Mark. Dangling upside down rune etched in the mind of a hunter. Notice that this looks identical to the rune that's on our main rune, the same thing as our like dark sign in Dark Souls. It has that same exact rune, so that's cool. The image upon this parchment allows one to envision the rune with clarity. Allows a hunter to awaken again without losing blood echoes, a trick that seems nearly too good to be true. And we also get Madman's Knowledge. This one's cool. Skull of a madman touched by the wisdom of the Great Ones. Used to gain insight. Making contact with eldritch wisdom is a blessing, for even if it drives one mad, it allows one to serve a grander purpose, for posterity. So that's a little different than, it's a different feel than what we've got through the rest of the game. The rest of this game has been really kind of like blood, beast, Victorian era style things, and this insight doesn't seem to go with that as much. It seemed like when we got insight, that's what triggered the doll to come alive for us. So it seems like it's having an effect on the world. But it really doesn't have a good home, it doesn't seem, in this game yet. It seems very, very random. And there's probably a reason I'm pointing that out. Just saying. I usually try and have some reasoning for when I talk. Not always, but sometimes. We've got a nice big ladder. Thank God we have the quick roll. If anyone saw the Demon Souls series, you know how much I despise the ladders in that game, because if we climbed a ladder this size in Demon Souls, this would probably be its own episode. 30 minutes of just climbing the ladder, because, oh, I don't know what happened, but you could not climb ladders in that game to save your life. Yes, yes, yes. Angry crows. You always seem to find crows next to items. Like, always, always. So I think that's kind of funny. That the crows like the shinies. And some more Madman's Knowledge, so definitely have some ways of getting that. Got another door.
Wretched outsider. Trying to fool me to open this door. Heavens, the depths of depravity.
And I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a little music going on, if you can hear it. Which is kind of cool. Alright, let's see if we can beat this guy. Oh my god, I don't have my... You're gonna see me do this so much. It's awful. There we go. It's always better to parry these guys. You can fight them normally, and they're totally doable by just avoiding them, but that way is just so much quicker. And we'll crawl up this ladder, and we're gonna meet a new NPC character. But before that, let's unlock a shortcut. You may recall this area as being right after, right before we fought those two werewolves, where we got the torch right in that little area. So it all wraps itself right around.
Who are you? I don't know your voice, but I know that smell. Are you a hunter? And please will you look for my mum? Daddy never came back from the hunt, and she went to find him, but now she's gone too. I'm all alone and scared.
I think we're gonna choose to find the girl's mother. That seems nice.
Thank you. My mum wears a red jeweled brooch. It's so big and beautiful. You won't miss it. Oh, I mustn't forget. If you find my mum, give her this music box.
Tiny music box, we'll take
It
that.
plays one of Daddy's favourite songs. And when Daddy forgets us, we play it for him so he remembers. Mum's so silly running off without it.
Alright, so the tiny music box, let's take a look at that. A small music box received from a young Yharnam girl plays a song shared by her mother and father. Inside the lid is a small scrap of paper, perhaps an old message. 2 names can be made out, however faintly. Viola and Gascoigne. Well, ain't that cool? So, we're not going to go this way, but just so that we can say we have said it. Like I said, this area all wraps around itself, so we just saw a shortcut there. But the really neat thing is we didn't have to go through any of this path when we first went through, because we can drop down right here. And that's actually going to get us right to where the dogs in the cages are, so you can actually start right from that path. You don't even have to take on those crazy werewolves that we fought the first time. Oh, I don't care about you. I'm not fighting you guys again, you crazy dog bad birds. So let's keep on going on, shall we? Some good stuff up there. Now we got a nice little shortcut, so we can basically get to any part of this level within like a minute, maybe less, which is pretty cool. And now we're going to be going more through the aqueduct, or the sewers of Yharnam. He said it was a colorful place, so I'm sure there's going to be greatness ahead. This is my favorite thing to do, though. So they don't look that dead, do they? No, they do not. Is the correct answer to that question. They also have health for days. Oh my goodness. So these are the drowned bodies. So when people, you know, have had enough use of their old people, they just throw them away, because why? That seems like a viable thing to do, right? You know, when in Yharnam. Oh, poor little guys. Oh, I see one. And they give us some good blood vials, so we'll restock on all of that. You'll notice that the item, whenever we pick up a blood vial or a quicksilver bullet, there's a... Come on, drop an item. Nope. There's a little box beside it. That just means that it's going to our bottomless box. And the nice thing is it'll always replenish, so after, if we have like 5 in the box, and we use 10 blood vials, we would respawn when we died at 50, because it would just take all the ones from the box right for us. So that's a super, super handy thing. You don't have to do any inventory management that way. I love that, because me and inventory management are frowny friends. We don't like each other. But we deal with it. We deal with each other when needed, I guess. Oh, come on. May as well pop a flask. And we get some dead bodies, because yay. And so this is where... Oh. This is where you can use your sweeping attacks. You can see they're a lot slower. And if we were playing smart, we'd probably try, like, avoiding these guys and not getting hit by everything, but meh. I've played this game before. I can pretend that I can play it off the cusp and be a pro and not die. I'm sure that'll work perfectly for us. Look at this little one, just sneaking, hoping that you get the item. It's like, haha, I'm actually alive. Surprise. Yay. And we get 2 birds. So you can, your easiest way is just to shoot them down. Good old rodeo. Oh, hey. None of this, please. Perfect. And if we go up here, we're gonna have access to our next shortcut. Which, like I said, this area is just filled with so many loop-arounds and connections. Like, it's just mind-boggling how much stuff he's been able to throw in and loop it, and it all just works. Who knows how. So if we go up this elevator, we're gonna glitch out the fabric system. But this is where we fought those 2 big guys right before the checkpoint. So we've actually got a really, really, really good checkpoint all the way back. I think I'm gonna cash in my souls now, because that's a good amount of levels. So we'll be back. And we are back, you guys. So I did level up. I leveled one into skill and one into health because I thought that would be good. Get a little bit more damage, have a little bit more hit points. Why not, right? And now for the big event. So we're gonna keep on going through and see what's going on this side. We got a nice fancy bridge. So you can see right up there, that is actually the bridge that we fought the cleric beast on. And so we're actually going to the same point, just a little bit lower now that we can't get through that bridge. And oh no, there's so many enemies. What are we gonna do? Oh god, oh god. Oh no, oh, disaster. Wow. Best way to start your trip into Yharnam. You need a little ball of fire just to make me feel at home. Nice thing is that always respawns, so you can always clear out the enemies. That way it's not like a one-time thing. And hey, while we're on a killing spree, we may as well finish off everything else here. There you go, have a great day. We are gonna keep on going. No. Oh, I guess we need to cheer for that. Fair enough. I guess that's an acceptable reason to cheer. And again, we can find a way that kind of loops around again. So we're gonna go all the way down. And we meet our first pig. True story. Actual pig. Why is there a pig here? There's probably some reasons. There usually is in these games. But for right now, we're gonna do a good old Bloodborne plunging attack on it. There you go. And by killing that, we get access to two things. We get some blood baths, always nice. And we also get the Saw Hunter's badge. Oh, and we get one more thing. We also get some cold blood dew. So lots of good stuff there. Let's take a look. So the Saw Hunter badge crafted long ago at the workshop, attests to one's prowess as a hunter of beasts. The workshop is gone and no group recognizes this meaningless badge except the messengers in the bath, who understand its profundity. Certain things can only be entrusted with a hunter in possession of this badge, or so they believe. So that's going to give us new items and weapons at the shop. Some really cool things, though, is it's saying that no one is going to recognize, no one knows the workshop at all, which is pretty odd, because there's hunters around and people know that we're hunters, so why... Oh, we don't have to go this way. We may as well go this way. It's a little faster. So why does no one recognize it? Some good questions, and like you saw, we could wrap around this way and get to the other side of the bridge, so yet another wrap around. Make your life easier if you just want to feel like taking on a pig. What's different about this game is almost every single enemy does respawn, so even those bigger enemies, something like that in Dark Souls, may have been forever gone. The only things that actually do stay dead forever are bosses and hunters, for the most part. So that's kind of cool. Alright, and we get two guys here, so these guys can be a pain in the butt if you're trying to fight them for the first time. But if you're sneaky, you can backstab one, kill him off, get your iframes going, and then just go after this guy, and then it makes it a lot more doable of a battle. As you can see, that can go horribly bad very, very quickly if you just try taking them on by yourself. Bold Hunter's Mark, what's he doing? Aw, it's just taking a nap. Or other things. Alright, well, moving on. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is a nice little area, though. I like this area right here. Because it's a boss fight.
beasts all over the shop. You'll be one of them, sooner or later.
Alrighty, and welcome to our second boss, first mandatory boss of the game, Father Gascoigne, and that name may sound familiar to you, because this is that little girl's father that we saw from before. Oh, and I don't have any of the timing on this anymore. That's not good. Nope. So this guy's really cool. He actually starts with one of the starting weapons that we could have had, and also the blunderbuss, which is kind of awesome. You're kind of fighting an NPC, almost player, in a boss fight. So definitely a lot different than anything that Dark Souls had really done before. Dark Souls 3 had a little bit of quicker enemies, but nothing to this degree. Uh-oh, I'm trapped.
The sweet blood. Oh, it sings to me. It's enough to make a man sick.
And you can see that he switches to the long form on his weapon in his second phase, so he gets a little bit more reach. Yikes. Oh shoot, and now things get really bad really quick. Or they can get really bad really, really quick. So, trying to not die and do some lore at the same time. Hahaha. Oh, frick. Where are the stairs? There we go. So, this gives us definitive proof that we are clearly gonna die in a second. Jeez. Oh no. Alright, you guys, let's try this a second time, and hopefully we can do a little bit more to this guy than the others. Not like that, we're not, though. Come on. Oh, he's angry. That's okay, we're angry too. Hey, come on. Embarrassing me on the second boss of the game, like, geez, this guy has it in for me. So your big thing on this boss is you want to keep as much stamina as humanly possible available to you at all times, especially when it gets into that third phase, because one combo, like you saw, one combo from that third phase can knock you straight out of the park. There we go. So far, so okay. You'll notice that I'm using mainly quick attacks for this. It's a little bit easier just because if you do enough of them, it'll stagger him. Which, oh god. Oh no, this is not good though. Come on. Don't get stuck. That's the goal. Okay. We're gonna run. We may as well pick up some blood along the way. Okay. Now let's try this again. Shit. Oh. Come on. Cash it. Alright. Where are ya? It's always good when you have no idea where he is. That's a winning strategy as well. Okay. Whoa. Jeez. Come on. We got this now. We got this. Uh-oh. No, we don't. No, we don't. Run for some high ground. Hopefully. There we go. And this part just takes slow and steady. Slow and steady will let you win. Silly and foolish will not. Come on. Oh. Alright, you guys, so we're gonna say third time's the charm for this one. As you can see, for a first mandatory boss of the game, this is probably the most intense, I would say, out of all of these Souls games. This guy is just so quick and does so much damage, can stagger you, can knock you around, has 3 forms on him. Like, all said and done, I would say this is a pretty mean boss to start the game off, but it really does teach you... Oh, come on. It really does teach you that you can't play this like a Souls game. You can't be too defensive on it. If you play this too defensively, you will always lose. And I think that was very intentional in their design. You can tell even now, like, even taking a lot of hits, I'm still more often than not trying to recover it from just hitting him, even though I know I'll probably get hit a second time or a third time, because he's not doing too much damage in this phase. It's usually easier to do that than take Blood Vial and lose the offensive. Damn it. Oh, jeez. Not that time.
Too proud to show your true face, eh? But a sporting hunt it was.
Okay, we've got this guy this time. That's what we're saying. We've got him. He's just a bully. He's not gonna get us. We've got a little enemy that's watching in the background this time. You know, a little bit of spectator support. I wonder if they're supporting us or him. I don't know. Maybe they're like, hey, well, I can't kill him, so hey, let's root for him instead. Damn it. Yes, yes, yes. Oh. Second phase, jeez. Okay, now we're ready. I did upgrade my Saw Cleaver to +2 instead of +1 because it's, as you can see, is doing a ton more damage. Come on. Please use this. Thank you. Go. Ah. That's fine. Wanted the extra hits. Now we're gonna run so we can get a little bit of time to heal. There we go. Oh, he hit me. Oh, no, my fireballs are not equipped. That's good. That's okay. Damage. Alright. Nope. Nope, 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 not this one. Heal it. There we go. Okay. Oh, fuck. Come on! No, no, no! This is not how we want to die. Jeez. Damn it. There we go. And we're done. Holy, that was a journey and a half. Yikes. There is, however, another way you could do this. I didn't want to because I tried to have some pride, but I don't see why we tried. And that's by using this tiny music box. So if you equip this guy and play it, it actually causes him to, I'm guessing, remember his humanity. And he actually staggers a little bit, so you can do it 3 times in his human phase. And on the 3rd time that you do it, it's going to trigger the beast mode. And then when he's in beast mode, you can do it 1 more time. And then it won't work anymore. But I bring up the music box because we also have one other item right here, which is the red jeweled brooch. Let's take a look at that, shall we? Red jeweled brooch. Bright red brooch, used to gain a droplet blood gem. A woman's bright red brooch engraved with the name Viola. Perhaps the jewel is a gift from a hunter, used to change into a droplet blood gem that fortifies any weapon. With the proper workshop tool, various weapons can be fortified. So, unfortunately, it seems that this girl right here was Viola, the boss's wife, and that little kid's mother. So, you can see we're getting off to a rather dark start for this game, with our second boss, our first mandatory boss of the game, actually killed his wife, and you, by killing him, has just made his kid an orphan. So yeah, welcome to Bloodborne. May as well light our lamp, and we're just gonna keep on going on, because, whatever, we only got, look, it only gets you 4,200 souls, like, that's just mean. Mean, but let's progress, shall we? We got a key. Oh, actually, we should read that key as well. That'd be a good idea, right? Odin Tomb Key. Odin Tomb Key. Key to the gate that blocks the tomb of Udin. There's a lot of pronunciations for it. Some people call it Odon. Some people call it Udin. Odon. Or Udon. I can't even pronounce the 3rd way they pronounce it. But lots of different pronunciations. I think Odon is correct, but don't quote me on it. Alright, key to the gate that blocks the tomb of Odin. Beyond the tomb, Odin Chapel can be found in the center of the cathedral ward. Only today the church is abandoned, and some say that the residents of Odin have all gone mad. Well, with the description like that, how can we say no to going for a tour inside, right? Whoa, another big giant gate of fun. Got some more tombstones just to make sure that we're aware that, or I guess not tombstones, caskets, so that we're aware that life is a little crazy. And look, got like a little chair right there. That's weird. Some random stuff. Either way, let's go on to the main adventure and climb up some stairs. You always know it's going to be a good thing when there's stairs. A ladder, you know what I mean. If you don't, well, that probably makes 2 of us, so that's okay. And we get another note. The Bergenworth spider hides all manner of rituals and keeps our lost master from us. A terrible shame. It makes my head shudder uncontrollably. Interesting. And we get our first chest in the game, so there are no mimics in these chests, but you can cut it just for fun if you want to. And we get the Blood Gem Workshop tool. So this is a very, very important tool in the game. It allows us to basically modify our weapons with these gems that we'll be slowly collecting throughout the game. And basically what it's going to do is just strengthen our weapon. It can also add different properties to it depending on which ones you put in, but we'll take a look at all of that later down the road. So let's read it. A misplaced workshop tool from the Hunter's Dream. The hunter who retrieves this can fortify weapons by kneading blood gems into them. Blood gems add properties to weapons when used to fortify them, as blood defines an organism. Shockingly enough, we have more references to blood. I know you're shocked, but it is true. And last but not least, I think we're going to end it right here today after we open this door. Ah, this game is so pretty. Love it. Cathedral Ward. We get our nice little lamp, and we may as well say hi to this guy before we end the episode. It's kind of rude to just ignore him for an episode, right? So let's say hi.
Oh, you must be a hunter. Very sorry. The incense must have masked your scent. Good, good. I've been waiting for one of your ilk. These hunts have everyone all locked up inside, waiting for it to end. It always does, always has, you know, since forever. But it won't end nicely, not this time. Even some folks hiding inside are going bad. The screams of women folk, the stench of blood, the snarls of beasts, none of them's too uncommon now. Yharnam's done for, tell ya. But if you spot anyone with their wits about them, tell them about this here Erden Chapel. They'll be safe here. The incense wards off the beasts. Spread the word. Tell them to come on over, if you wouldn't mind.
And we get our first friendly person in the game, it seems, other than Gilbert. This one seems like he or she has had a little bit too much trauma in their life. But let's see if they have anything more to say.
I shouldn't be asking you, but if you happen upon someone while hunting, tell them about this here Erden Chapel, if they seem worth being told, that is. Oh, and I do sincerely hope they are.
And there you have it. So, if you recall that old lady that we saw, or didn't see, but we saw her door in the last episode. Where's it this episode? I don't even remember anymore. Oh boy, my memory is gone. But either way, that we can now actually send her. This is one of the safe places that we can choose to send her. So we may do that next episode. We'll see how it goes. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you guys did, please smash that like button. Or subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you guys next time in another episode of Bloodborne.